Hello everyone, anybody that watches this video. This is Duckland1 YouTube channel, and I just want to have a couple things to say about the economy and the unemployment situation here in Michigan again. Now when I left my house earlier, I'm at the bicycle trail in the state park near my home on a bridge here. It's really beautiful out here, and I'm very lucky. There's the old bicycle, the old Schwinn, and stock market's up 250 points, and of course everybody's dancing in the street, even though, according to President Bushy and his cousin Obama, that the stock market doesn't really represent the economy or mirror the economy. And but I tell you what, when the stock market goes up a little bit, everybody's dancing in the street and the economy's getting better. If it goes down, it doesn't represent the economy. But manufacturing's up a little bit, and I'll tell you right now, the only reason manufacturing's up here in the States is because the military machine, the military contracts. The new vehicle that's replacing the Hummer is around $1 million a piece. From what my research tells me, you know, I researched that quite a bit to see who was going to make these things. It was Northrop Grumman, BAS, and Oshkosh got the contracts to make these things. And of course, on these vehicles, there's lots of little parts that are going to be made by subcontractors. And you know, of course, last week the big three, they want to get in on the action because they're not making any money. You know, they're back to their old tricks of leasing cars for zero down and incredibly low payments for what you would, compared to what you would pay if you bought the car. It's about half normally, with zero down again. And this is what got these dummies in trouble in the first place, doing this stuff. But they're back to their old tricks, and a car that is leased, on paper, it says sold. I mean, they don't say, we sold 50,000 cars and we leased 25,000. No. It says we sold 75,000, even though they didn't. And this is what got these guys into trouble in the first place. And they're back to their old ways again. And but another thing is scary is here, when the stock market is even up a few points or down a few points, it's not really a big deal. But when you start getting those big 300 ups, 300 down, 600 up, 600 down sort of times, you know, that's when the things are really not doing too good. The economy isn't certain, and people are throwing money in, throwing out, and of course the government throws a lot of money in there to stabilize the stock market. I mean, when you see the stock market going down, and all of a sudden at the last, you know, a session, I mean the last few minutes of the day, it goes back up again, and nobody knows why. It's normally the government doing that. And but the job market here, I'm still highly pissed about the illegal aliens working on the oil spill out there, and in the western part of the state. And this oil spill is horrible. I've been trying to get news on it any way I can, and there's no news. My brother and I might take a ride out there if we can scrape up enough money now. I have no money, but he has a rich girlfriend. And I told him, well, what we could do is I'll go out there and apply for a job and see what happens, and at least we could, you know, get some good video and try to see what the hell's going on, if they even let you close to the rivers or the lake or Lake Michigan or the dam where this thing spilled over. My guess is they won't. You know, of course, the benzene levels are so high. Some of the folks out there have been evacuated from their homes, and they cannot go back. The farmers out there are not allowed to let their animals drink from the water or irrigate their crops. So I don't, you know, you don't hear about this right now. You know, these guys are probably scrambling to water their animals. I mean, I don't understand exactly how they're going to do this, because the irrigation, the water systems for the animals all come from the river. And well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but we're not hearing anything about this in Michigan, you guys. We're not hearing any of the effects of this. All we know for sure is yesterday, they raided the, I guess, you know, a lot of these workers are staying in, you know, campgrounds and things. That's what we are going to do if we go out there. And that's what we were going to do before, if we could get a job there, which we did try. I tried, and with no luck, of course. And they raided the camp, and of course, all the workers were illegal aliens, and they're probably paying them, you know, dirt. You know, I feel bad for these people because they have families, and you know, they need to eat, and they're humans just like everybody else. But on the other hand, we have a horrible unemployment problem here in Michigan, and I've said this before in my previous videos, for every one person that actually actively is collecting, you've got 2 or 3 people that are still unemployed that are not collecting benefits, so they're simply not counted as unemployed. And I think that's a travesty. We need real unemployment numbers so the people in America can really know what's going on. Now, I really don't believe they want that to happen, and the reason for that is because, hey, look, a lot of people we owe money to, like China, Germany, a lot of countries, and if these guys look at our country and they see all these unemployed, and you know, I was denied food stamps, you guys. I have no income whatsoever, 0. And I was still denied food stamps. I was denied any kind of help with my arm problem here, which I cut with a chainsaw and cut part of my bicep off. If anybody had watched previous videos, you'd know that. But hey, not many people are watching these videos, but I'm going to keep making them until I get at least something. I'll come across something that's going to be good, and then I'll get some viewers. But the unemployment problem here is and the people we owe money to, they don't want to see that people are unemployed or people are on food stamps. And I think that's one of the reasons, besides, you know, the government's broke, that we really don't want these people to know how bad it is here in the United States and how many people are really hurting. And I think that the world is going to be in for a big surprise, because, you know, this can't keep going on. We can't keep going on the way we're going on. And I got to tell you one more thing before I let this go, because this is 6 minutes here. I like to keep these below 6 minutes. But Alex Jones did the fluoride and the chemicals in the food, and it was very, very interesting. And I believe he's right. I tell you, I was really skeptical at first, but you know, fluoride, it has another name. It's called saltpeter. And when I was in basic training, everyone said they're going to put saltpeter in your food and all this other stuff, you know. And really, so what? You know, I mean, goddamn, you don't want to be having a hard-on, you know, around, you know, 50 other men in a shower, or not a shower, but I mean, you know, but you know how young kids are, man. I mean, you're horny all the time, you know. I mean, my idea when I was a kid for an invention was to put a hole in my mattress so I could stick my dick in there at night when I slept on my stomach, so the thing wouldn't be like all bent up or break or something. But it's saltpeter, and it does it. It has a calming effect, and it makes you less aggressive. And maybe he's right. Maybe there is a lot of fluoride and chemicals in the water. Maybe there is something. Otherwise, why aren't Americans in the street now rioting? Why aren't Americans banding together and saying, hey, listen, I've had enough. You know, my family's hungry, I'm losing my home, and I've had enough. And take this to Lansing, and take this to Washington. But, you know, no one is. It's like nobody cares. I mean, people, all they do is complain. Losing my home, losing my family, losing my car. I mean, I complain too. But I'm making these videos, and that's all that's all I know how to do right now, you guys. I write letters. I write scathing letters to the unemployment office, the Michigan Works office, and I write scathing letters to Stabenow, Miller, Levin, and Granholm. You can't get through to, you guys. It's impossible. I've tried and tried and tried. You can't even get through to her constituents. It's just impossible. But this is Duck. I'm going to be riding on the trail. I just wanted to throw those out there. This video went a little long. Everybody, God bless. Take care. Thanks. Duck out.